All right, if you're using the Rodecaster Pro 2 or the Rodecaster Duo in Meld Studio and your alert audio is doubling on stream, this video is for you. First, I'm going to simulate an alert to show that it's doubled, and then we'll go about fixing it. So check out the Rode mix and the alert source tracks down here. Okay, so we have the alert source queued. That way we can monitor the audio, but in doing so, it gets picked up on the system and plays through the mix with all the audio and then doubles. So the stream hears it twice, even though you only hear it once. Let's fix that. We're going to use the Rodecaster's virtual channels in order to do that. The first thing, go to your browser, search Rode Virtual Device Driver. It'll be the one from Rode. You're going to install the one for your respective operating system. I will be doing this in Windows. And then you're going to go to your Rodecaster app, and under device configuration, go to multi-track, USB 1 input. You're going to select expanded. Your mixer will take a second to restart to implement the change, and you'll be able to use the virtual channels now. Mine is already enabled. That way my audio doesn't get ruined in the middle of this recording. So yeah, enable expanded. The next thing, we're going to go to the audio setup. Keep in mind, everyone's audio setup is going to be different. I'm just going to cover basics for removing the duplicated alert audio, okay? Yours may look different. Just pay attention to the specific settings for removing that duplicated audio. So for right now, just for this example, we have the mic, the chat, USB 1, which is now referred to as system on the virtual channels for the Rodecaster. We're going to add the game channel for our games, music for our music app, and then I'm going to throw in a virtual A for the browser just to put that on its own channel. Again, just an example. These are not, like all of these are not absolutely necessary for this fix. It's just an example. All right, the next thing, we're going to go back into device configuration under the routing, and we're going to use USB 1 here. This is the input in Meld here. This is the mix of audio. So input devices, microphone, Rodecaster Duo, main multitrack. Again, if you're on Pro 2, it'll say Pro 2 multitrack, main multitrack. All right. So in the mix, the USB 1 mix here that we're throwing into Meld, we're going to simply double click this link button at the bottom for USB 1 to fully remove it from the mix. Okay. Now let's go into our sound settings, and I'll briefly touch on the sound control panel, which is accessed through this more sound settings button here. This is important to show that system is the default device, and then the chat channel, Duo or Pro 2 chat speakers is the chat channel. This will help Discord or any in-game comms default to the chat channel if you want that. Now for the inputs, you're going to have microphone, Duo, or Pro 2 chat selected. And this main multitrack, same thing that's in Meld, is the input of the entire mix we put in there. Moving back to the sound settings, we're going to go to the volume mixer. Now this is the most important part of this setup. Any app, music, or games that you are playing or using needs to be set to one of those virtual channels that you had previously set in the audio setup. Because if it is left on default, Stream will not hear it. Because again, on routing USB 1, we have removed the default system from the mix. So, for example, we have music app set to music. Discord, I'd recommend just setting that in the app itself. It's going to be much more solid than relying on Windows. So you're going to set microphone to mic, Duo chat, or Pro 2 chat. And for speaker, it's going to be speaker, Duo, or Pro 2 chat. All right, back to the volume mixer. Browser, like I said, just for this example, virtual A to get it on its own channel. You can also put that on the music channel with your music app if you like, whatever works for you. Again, don't leave it on default because Stream won't hear it. And for example, I'm going to use Rodecaster app to simulate a game, but when you open your games for the first time after setting this up, come into the volume mixer, set the output device for your game to the game channel. That way it's on its own channel. Now, if you want to really keep it simple and put everything on like game channel or everything on music channel, that's fine. Again, as long as it's not left on system. All right, let's head back into Meld. All right, so now we've set all our channels specifically. We've removed USB 1 from the main mix of audio sent into Meld here. Let's go ahead and test an alert. And once again, we'll look at the mix and the alert source down at the bottom. Okay, so just like that, the alert sound only plays on the alert source, not both of them. And again, we have it queued as normal, so we can hear it. But because the source is here, it will be sent into stream as well as recording if you're recording that as well. That's the fix utilizing the virtual channels on the Rodecasters. And if you have any questions on it or any specific step, throw a comment down there. I'm glad to help you. Or if you'd prefer one-on-one help on setting it up for your specific setup, reach out in my Discord. I'm happy to help. That's not an issue. And it is worth mentioning this method does also apply to GoXLRs, Beacon Studios, Wavelink, or any hardware or software that supports routing and virtual channels. It will work in Meld Studio. So I just know a lot of people were having issues on their Rodecasters. So that's the fix. Other than that, let me know if you need anything. Have a good stream. Take it easy. Peace.